Hello my dear students, in this lesson we will learn about parts of a sentence. As we have already learnt in previous video about what a sentence is. So now let's learn about the parts of a sentence. Children, since we know that a sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense, let's understand this definition with an example. Example is birds fly. Even though there are two words in this sentence, it does meet the three requirements of a complete sentence. The sentence is about birds, which is the subject here, and the word fly, that is the verb, tells us what birds do. So that is the predicate, and the sentence also expresses a complete thought. So here birds is the subject and the fly is the predicate. So after this example, let's move forward to learn subject and predicate in more details. First of all, we should know that all sentences have two parts, subject and predicate. Let's learn what is a subject. The part of a sentence that names a person or a thing we are talking about is called the subject of the sentence. In other words, who or which does the action. Now let's see what is a predicate. The rest part of the sentence that gives information about the subject is called the predicate. Or we can say it tells more about the subject. Now let's identify subject and predicate in different kinds of sentences. First is declarative sentences. Declarative sentences state a fact. Let's see the few examples. But before I start, let me tell you that whenever you see a sentence, just ask two questions. What and who? The answer of what and who will tell you the subject of the sentence. Now let's see. Example number 1. We are going to play cricket. So here in this sentence, whom we are talking about? We are talking about we. That is the subject of this sentence. And the rest part is predicate, as it is giving information about the subject. And one more thing, my dear students, in declarative sentences, predicate always begins with a verb. Look at the second sentence. Tina comes to school by bus. So here whom we are talking about? We are talking about Tina. That is the subject of the sentence, and the rest part is predicate, as it is giving information about the subject. That means the underlined part is the predicate. Now let's identify subject and predicate in imperative sentences. Sentences of order, request, command, advice are called imperative sentences. In these sentences, the hidden subject is always you. As you can see all the examples, you will notice that there is no subject which is clearly shown. You can also notice that we cannot pick out subject by asking what or whom. Therefore, in imperative sentences which contains order, request and advice, the subject will always be you. Let's find out how. As you can see, the first example, brush your teeth twice a day. Children, it's an advice. Though I am saying brush your teeth twice a day, but whom I am saying this? This I am saying to you. But we don't have you here, which is shown. So in imperative sentences, the subject you is not stated, it is implied. Okay, so here I can say you should brush your teeth twice a day. And the rest part is predicate here. That means brush your teeth twice a day is the predicate here, and you is the subject here. Now look at the second sentence. Please hand me that book. It's a request, as please is mentioned here. When I say please hand me that book, I actually say, you please hand me that book. So you is not mentioned as it is implied similarly as the previous one example. So you is the subject here and please hand me that book is the predicate here. Now look at the third example. Come here. It's a command as we are giving order to someone. But here whom we are talking about? The subject is you, which is hidden as it is understood that we are talking to another person. So that means come here is the predicate here and you is the subject. Now let's identify subject and predicate in interrogative sentences. An interrogative sentence is a sentence that asks question. First example, have they brought the books? So who is doing the action in this sentence? The word they. Who brought the book? They. That means they is the subject here and the rest part which is underlined, that is the predicate here. Look at the second example. Are you coming to the party? So who is coming to the party? That is you. That means you is the subject here and the rest part which is underlined, that is the predicate here. Look at the third example. Does he like his new school? So who likes his new school? The answer is he. Therefore, he will be the subject. So again, by asking who or what, you can easily pick out subject. And the rest part will be the predicate. Now, let's identify subject and predicate in exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences are those sentences which express a strong feeling. Look at the first example. What a beautiful flower. Just like interrogative sentences, here also we like question. Here we ask question like that only. What is beautiful? The answer will be flower. That is the subject here. And again the rest part is predicate. Look at the second sentence. How beautiful she looks. So who looks beautiful? She. That means she is the subject here and the rest part is predicate. That means how beautiful looks is the predicate here. Thank you very much students. I hope you have understood it very well.